You're about to see an uncut original video of a police encounter with an incompetent or a liar interim police chief of Moulton Borough, New Hampshire. What happened was that my wife and I, in separate vehicles, were on the road, where I was ahead and she, my wife, following behind, when I see this policeman hiding like a coward. Not a hero, of course, because heroes don't really hide, only robber barons do. Soon after she and I pass his vehicle, he starts to follow. Now keep in mind that we were driving at the suggested speed, so, quote, laws, unquote, were broken. None. Policemen followed us for nearly 5 miles plus minus until I turned left onto a cul-de-sac where his lights came on. I pulled over and Sergeant Peter Beatty approaches the vehicle. After the casual exchange of "How are you doing?" etc., Sergeant Beatty demands for my license and registration. Okay, I then ask him, "What for?" And he replies with something like, "I'll tell you the reason after you give me license and registration." So I comply and fish for both and hand over, quote, "papers," unquote, to Sergeant Beatty. Mr. Beatty then says, "You didn't use the turn signal when you turn into this road." I replied, "Okay." Thinking in my head, is this why a town of less than 5,000 people pays in millions a year plus benefits so these cops can pull you over for petty shit? "You're required to do that," he adds. With completely puzzled face, I responded, "Okay." He then asks, "Where are you coming from?" And I reply, "I don't have to answer that." I think I even ask if I have to answer that. Losing his patience with me, he says, "Fine, I'll write you a ticket since you want to be a jerk." While he walks back to his pimp mobile, I yell back, "I'm not being a jerk, you are." After finding out I have never been arrested, he returns and asks me if I had been drinking. Mind you that I don't ever drink. My friends and family know this. I ask Sergeant Beatty if I have to answer that. With few more exchanges of useless conversation back and forth, he orders me to step out of the vehicle and stand in front of his vehicle. I ask him, "What for?" which he insists that my eyes are bloodshot and that he smells alcohol. You see, this is where he is 100% lying, and policemen like him everywhere lose all the credibility. Him and many control freaks like him. He tells me that there was a report of a Cadillac with DUI in Laconia, New Hampshire, some 40 minutes from where I was pulled over. That's why he wants to know where I'm coming from. Frankly, it is nobody's business where I'm coming from or where I'm going to. He is not my friend, nor I have any obligation to tell anyone my personal matters. Nevertheless, he has the gun. So, under duress, I comply and get out of my vehicle as demanded. This is when I direct my wife to start video recording. Policeman also indicates "You are being recorded" and points to his vehicle. What happens next is in the video as follows. You'll see Sergeant Beatty lied in this video about my eyes being bloodshot and that he smells alcohol. Yet, if he wasn't lying, then why did he let a drunk guy go? Because you really need to get a good job.
Listen, you got a motor vehicle complaint. Right. The vehicle fits your description, so I'm following it to see if I get out.
Do and all that it is. That's what it is.
What was the plate of the DUI car?
They didn't give it. All they gave was a vehicle description. So obviously, when you turned onto the street, you did not use a turn signal.
Okay.
That's why I stopped you.
What was the vehicle description? Was it this kind of Cadillac in this color?
It was a dark-colored Cadillac coming from Laconia. Like I said, I just asked you a simple question as to where you're coming from to see if it might have been relinked to that complaint.
And I asked you a question. Do I have to answer that? Yes or no?
No, you don't have to answer anything.
Thank you very much. Can I go now? Am I free to go?
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
Do I have to answer that?
Your eyes are a little bloodshot, so I just want to make sure that you haven't had anything to drink tonight.
My eyes are bloodshot? Let's look in the camera. Camera, look in my eyes.
The camera's not going to pick that up.
Thank you very much. So how
So-
can you pick that up?
Because I can.
You can.
I am not blind. I can see that your eyes are bloodshot. So I'm just asking, do you have anything to drink tonight?
Do I have to answer that?
I can smell what I believe.
Smell what?
I can smell an odor of alcohol.
Would you like me to come to police station?
There is no order of alcohol.
Okay.
There's.
I'm just asking you, have you had anything to drink tonight?
Do I have to answer that? Yes or no?
Would you mind taking a field sobriety test to make sure you
I
have
will.
anything
I
to
do not
drink?
consent to that. You have to call your supervisor for this.
I am the supervisor.
Okay, but I do not give you consent to do any sobriety tests whatsoever.
Okay. I guess I just never run into somebody's difficulties.
I am very difficult. Yes,
Yes,
I know
I
my
noticed
rights.
that.
Because
Okay.
most of the Americans don't know their rights. I know my rights.
All I'm
what
trying-
you're doing, sir,
What am I doing?
you're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. I'm
Absolutely,
trying to
you
do
are.
my job. Like I said, your eyes are bloodshot. I'm just trying to make sure that you haven't had
Sir,
anything
first
to
of all,
drink.
you're lying. You're lying in front of the cameras in my eyes.
No, I'm not.
Okay, what does a bloodshot look like to you?
Redness in your eyes.
And you see
Okay.
redness in my eyes. Honey, do you mind coming a step closer and see if you have any redness in my eyes and record my eyes? He's gonna do that. Move.
Even with bright lights in them, there's no redness.
Okay, great.
They're bright white.
I'm glad that we have that on record.
Okay.
So now that the camera can tell. That
Well,
you-
obviously, right now, we're done. Okay.
very good.
All right. Because right now, like I said, I don't have enough to go any further. Like I said, I see some bloodshot eyes. I'm trying to figure out if this is related to the complaint I received. All
You
right.
may have actually missed the real guy, by the way. If had I been drunk, had this been the
You have
know
the vehicle
where you
that
followed
fit-
me from? You followed me at least 5 miles. All
That's
the way
because
around
there was a
Center Harbor.
heavy line of traffic, and I could not get
Sir,
behind you.
there was between you and me, there was just that vehicle, and I noticed you followed me.
No, there wasn't. There was about a half a dozen vehicles between
Okay, maybe
you and I.
maybe you're right. Maybe you're
Okay.
right. Maybe there were.
And obviously, between those half a dozen vehicles, I couldn't see any operation until you
Uh-huh.
turned on the old 109.
I see.
That's where I saw you. I then got
Did you
behind
speed?
you.
Did you speed when we were following?
No, I didn't. I followed the line
So
of
that
traffic.
means that I wasn't speeding. Had I been under the influence,
I'm not
I would have
accusing
been.
you of speeding.
No, but you're probably accusing me of. Okay, are you accusing me of anything?
The only violation right now is the failure to use a required turn signal when you turn on to
Okay.
Nelson Road.
Now, have you written me a ticket?
No, I'm going to give you a warning for it.
Okay, great. Anything
Okay?
else, sir?
No, you can leave.
Okay.
Have a
excellent.
good night.
Thank you very much.
Now, ask yourself, should a liar keep his job at the expense of others? If your employer caught you lying, manipulating, and harassing anyone at work, you will most likely get fired. Should you keep on paying so he and his department can harass you? When he forced me to get out of the car, I told him that he should quit being a welfare queen and get a real job. I know some of you are thinking that this is exaggerated, that we are, and that he was doing his job, following his orders, right? Not an intelligent argument, really. Hey, someone 5 towns over in a Cadillac is allegedly driving drunk, so let's pull over every Cadillac over in the entire state and harass them and gag them. Whatever. Maybe just maybe you ought to read or listen to Frederick Bastiat's essay, The Law, for free, online. The law is perverted. Frederick Bastiat. Maybe, just maybe, you ought to do the same for Mark Stevens' adventure in the legal land. According to the director of law enforcement, LEAP, 4 out of 10 murders go unsolved. 6 out of 10 reported rapes go unsolved. 75% of reported robberies go unsolved. Reported arsons go unsolved. 90% of home burglaries at night are unsolved. Do the math yourself.